Hi guys, today I'm here to do another oily skin diaries. I'm going to be testing out a foundation throughout the day, show you application on my face, what it looks like in flash photography. This one also claims to be waterproof, so I think that means another waterproof test is in order. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation. I had so many requests. This is the most highly requested foundation review I have ever done. I recently reviewed the Kat Von D Locket. I will link to that down below, but I'm going to kind of be comparing it to that because they have similar claims. This one retails for $49 Canadian and comes in 24 different shades, which I think is amazing. So let's go ahead and jump into the demo. It claims to be a full coverage matte finish waterproof foundation that lasts all night. All Nighter Liquid Foundation provides a full coverage modern matte finish that never looks overdone. Get all night wear and a blown out effect you never thought was possible for a flawless looking complexion that looks amazing and stays that way. Perfect for all night affairs, this innovative formula is also comfortable to wear every day. While Naked Skin complexion products are semi-matte, All Nighter Foundation is completely matte and oil-free, and it is loaded with a formula that has a higher amount of pigment. A little bit goes a long way. There's no need to build coverage or apply multiple layers. This waterproof formula diffuses light to blur flaws and beautifully perfect skin, while mattifies and absorbs oil to reduce the appearance of shine. So as you can see, it has some serious coverage. I think it blends beautifully. I personally prefer it with a beauty blender, but you can use a buffing brush if you'd like. I'm an NC42 for reference, and I'm wearing this in the shade 8. I think that I could have maybe went with 7.75 because I've heard it oxidizes. If I really like it, I may pick up that shade too. But so far I think it has a great coverage. If you have any issues with pores, I think that that's something you may need to use a pore filling primer. I don't find that it is as matte as the Kat Von D on initial application when you're applying it. I do find they act similarly throughout the day, but I'm going to show you that in person. I'm going to put on the rest of my makeup now and we will do some photo tests. So I have the rest of my makeup on now and I'm really happy with the way everything applied. I did use a little bit of powder because oily skin life, it's just what you got to do. I think if you have dry skin, you may be able to get away with this. I don't find that it's like a liquid to powder finish immediately. It doesn't feel dry or tight on my skin, doesn't look cakey. If you do have really dry skin, you may just want to use an oil or something super hydrating underneath it as a base. But I think if you have normal oily to combination skin, so far so great. I love the coverage. I think that in daylight, in the photo, it looks really great, super flawless. And then in the dark corner of my room where I took a flash photo, I think it looks awesome too. A little bit of lightness under my eyes, but I am wearing quite a light concealer today. So far so great. I will check back with you at the end of the day. So I'm doing something a little unconventional. It has been 2 or 3 days since I filmed this review, so I'm coming to you from the future. I just wanted to show you what this foundation looks like because I feel like what I'm about to show you is going to look really, really shiny, and I don't feel like it's a totally accurate representation of the foundation, and I don't want to sway you too much one way or the other because I do think it is a good foundation. I've had this on since 7:30. It is now 5:30. I went through an entire work day. I've been in and outside a little bit, and this is what it looks like. I was wearing a mattifying primer because I do generally do that as someone with oily skin. I wear mattifying primer, I blot, even though I didn't blot today, and I always powder my face. But I haven't blotted, I haven't powdered, but I did put on a mattifying primer first thing this morning. I think that it looks really good, a little bit shiny, and I could probably go a shade down, but I do really like this foundation, and I knew because I have used this a few times that I didn't always end up looking as oily as I'm about to show you, but I do think it was on account of it being a hot day. I had like a fever dream or something. I don't know why I ended up looking so shiny, but I do want to still show you that clip because it's got a waterproof test. So I am back, and it's been about 7.5 hours. I am definitely quite oily. I realized I forgot to show you what time it was on my phone when I put this on, but yeah, it's been about 7.5 hours since application. I definitely am looking shiny, but I did, however, just wake up from a nap in which I was really warm, and I don't feel like a ton of it rubbed off my face. There was a little bit of transfer on the pillow, however, but for me, I find every single foundation that I try is not transfer proof. I've never had a foundation that I'm like, wow, this doesn't come off after my face starts to get oily. That being said, I did want to just blot a little bit because that is what I would do on a regular day. I do find that this seems to show my pores a little bit, so next time around when I wear this, I am going to wear my something that will help with my pores a little bit. I don't really have particularly big ones, but this seems to be accentuating them slightly. So I think that that looks really good now that I blot it. It doesn't look cakey in my skin. It doesn't have any like weirdness. So I'm really happy, but it does claim to be waterproof, so I've got my glass of water back, and I guess that means we're gonna dump this over my face. I have lots of fun doing this. This time I actually have a towel underneath me because last time when I did this, I didn't. I just like did it on a whim. So let's go for this. Okay, that was a lot of water. Come on in. So I think it looks good. Water in my eyes. Oh, and a little mini review for the Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipsticks. I haven't touched this up to date either, and it looks awesome. Yeah, I think that this looks really good. Let's just try blotting. There's a little bit of transfer, but not much, considering. So after I have blotted, dumped some water on my face and blotted again, I think that this foundation held up really well. If you're looking for a comparison between this and the Kat Von D, honestly, I feel like they are very similar. My suggestion to you would be to head to Sephora or Shoppers Drug Mart, get a sample of each because you can do that. That way you can also color match yourself and make sure you don't take home the wrong shade. But you can absolutely get samples and then test them out for yourself. I think if I had to choose, I don't know, I find them very, very similar. I love them both. I will continue to use them both when I'm looking for a super high coverage foundation, and I feel like this blends out beautifully, and I definitely recommend it. I also think that if you have dry skin, I think you will be able to get away with this. I don't think that this is matte enough that it's really going to accentuate any dryness on your face or catch on any dry patches. Just again, as I mentioned, put an oil or a heavy moisturizer on before. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to let me know down below if you enjoyed this review and if you would like to see more. And if you'd like to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat at SamanthaJaneYT, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!